the ground. I'm levitating, and I feel like I'm in a kind of cave. It's all dark around me. I can see there's a dragon. He's all curled up, like he's sleeping. I can sense a lot of sadness coming out of him, and he's not alone. There's lots more dragons. They're all curled up like they're sleeping.
And look at yourself. Do you feel like you have a body? Look down. Describe to me what your body looks
I'm female. I'm not wearing any shoes. I have a white gown, blonde hair. I have fair skin. My skin is white. I feel like I have wings. I have 4 wings.
like. Beautiful. Keep describing to me. Anything else that stands out? Are you wearing any jewelry? Anything else you're wearing?
I would not call it a jewelry. It's like a crown, not on my head though. It's like levitating a little bit above my head. I can see a red crystal at the center, and then blue crystals like diamond-shaped crystals around, not around the red sock, the red. So there's a red almond-shaped the center, and then we have diamond-shaped blue crystals that constitute the rest of the crown. They're all levitating together, creating this crown. I have a bag, like a satchel. There's an herbs in the bag.
Beautiful. Do any of these crystals or any of these crystals within you or in the bag, do they have any messages for you? See if any of them stand out and want to give messages.
The red crystal.
Let's see. Allow for it to give you the messages. Allow for it to speak through you. What does it say?
His greetings. I am Ruby. I preserve the organic darkness. My role is to protect, and I aim to aid people out of the darkness that may be binding them. I'm here to show the light. That is all.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your beautiful messages. Speaking back now to keep explaining to me what you're doing within this space. You talked about the dragons. What else is going on? Describe the whole surroundings where you're at.
Each of the dragons there are, I feel like, curled up around eggs. Each of them are curled up around a golden egg. Like they're protecting the egg. I touch the dragon that is in front of me. He's all black. Feels like he's calcified. I heard him. He howled, and then he curled, and then he's like stone now. Came here because he called upon me.
So this dragon is now stone. Describe to me, what does he look like, his facial features as he's in stone? Or what does he look like as a dragon? Does he have wings, legs? And
I cannot see very clearly, but I can sense that he has 4 legs, he has a long tail, long neck. He also has wings. He used to be sapphire blue, what I'm sensing. He has also fangs, little spikes going on around his jaw, but they're not too long, they're like spikes. And he has like his eyebrows, it's like an extension of skin going down. It looks like a mustache, but it's not a mustache, it's eyebrows. It's weird. And yeah, he has some jewelries. He has some golden jewelries on the articulation knuckles of the wings. I don't know how to say it. Yeah.
so this was before he was stone, or just
That was before he was done. Now his color is more like a dark gray, but he used to be vibrant sapphire blue.
and you said that you heard him call out for you. Do you know what did he say when he called for you?
That helped me. He just roared like he felt like something. Okay, so he was protecting his golden egg, but he didn't have any more energy. He knew he needed help, so he raised up and he roared, and then he curled back.
And besides him, are there any others around that are like this in stone as well? Describe to me what you're seeing.
There are many others they're in rows, but they're in circles, like first circle and another circle, another bigger circle and then another bigger circle. So they're all in circles like that, all curled up and all petrified. They're now all sorts of shapes. Some of those dragons, they have wings. Some others, they do not have wings. Some look like a little bit of like the dinosaurs, like the dinosaurs with the huge one that had long tails and long neck and that would eat the top of the trees, like the huge ones like that. Some of them look like that, and they're all in that cave. And I can still sense that there's some light left in them, so they could be woken up, but it's going to need a huge amount of energy to woke them up. And I can also feel that there's life within the eggs that they're protecting.
How about the eggs? Are the eggs petrified as well?
No, all right. Some of them are starting to petrify, but the one that the dragon who called me is protecting is completely normal. It's completely alive. Some of them on the outer rings are starting to petrify as well. Right now I am at the center, so the inner ring.
Do you know what caused this petrification?
Something feels like something is sucking out their energy.
Okay, let's go back in time to right before the petrification happens to them. Right before this happens, you're there now. Tell me what's going on.
I can see the dragons, they're flying. So I'm not in the cave anymore. I'm outside. It's not too dense. There's also like canyons, like mountains, and the dragons are flying and they're playing. And the younger one are learning to fly with the older one. So very peaceful. It's in daylight.
Good. Keep describing to me what you're seeing.
I see like a surge of energy, like some kind of dark clouds on the horizon, and I felt like this beam of energy just shooting down into the earth, and it rippled out, and then all the dragons they just fell to the ground. Some of the younger ones they died, and then the older one they went into their caves and start gathering the eggs of the younger generation start curling up around them, and then the stronger dragons, I can say, I say maybe the warriors type of dragons, they were outside of the cave protecting the one inside and the eggs. And that dark energy continues to, that dark beam continues to pour negative wavelengths. It's like a wave, like inverted wave, rippling down. And then it's like the sky just splits into like an opening. It splits like that. And I see like a huge field. They look like they're very, very huge. They're very huge. And their skin's like latex, something like that. And they start attacking the other dragons that are protecting the cave. Some of them are starting to eat the young dragons that died. Some of them took the bodies of the young dragons. I feel like their bites is venomous. So the warrior dragons they ultimately get poisoned and they die. But during the fight, the other dragons that were within the cave, they were able to seal the cave and the bat-like being could not enter. So what they end up doing is eating the dragons that died, taking some of their bodies as well.
Okay, so there was some dragons that were left over that died. So at what point do some of them become petrified in stone, or do some of them just die? How does this work that you're seeing?
I feel like it's the bite. Bite is poisonous, and the poison starts spreading within. When it's like when the poison is spreading through the veins, it kills the cells, and they start turning, they start losing their light and they become like stone.
Okay, thank you. These bats, can you tell me more about them? How do they feel? Do they feel like they're organic type of entities, or do they have any kind of fusion of artificial?
They don't feel organic. They don't feel organic at all. Should not have been able to come here. I don't even understand how they were able to rip through the sky like that. Then whatever venom they have injected into the venom, into the dragon, it's the same type of energy that is the beam. So the beam that I first saw going down Earth, that beam is the same type of energy as the poison in the inorganic bats. So it is slowly killing the planet, and the dragons that are in the cave. In order to ensure that the planets live, they had to use their energy and sending down the core of the planet, hoping that at some point the planet is going to heal and that this inversion will be transmuted. But then the last one of them is the last one, so he could not hold the amount of energy that is needed to heal the planet. So he calls for help. He sends down what's left energy of him. He sends it down so that the planet can still hold until help comes.
And now that you are here with your dragon companion, and he is in petrified type of form of stone, you're looking all around. What do you do next of importance? Is there anything you could do about this that's happened here?
I have alchemy symbol. I touch the forehead of the dragon, activates an alchemy symbol on his forehead and starts channeling source love light through him, transmuting out the venom because they took upon themselves the infringements to start transmuting it. I touch his forehead, activate the alchemy symbol, goes through his entire body, start replenishing his light.
Keep describing to me what's going on.
I think I need to do the same for the planet, but I cannot do that alone. I need my brothers with me. I'm calling on my brothers. I have a golden staff. I take the staff, strike the earth with the staff, creates a beam of light that goes straight up and then like a beacon. And then here I can hear my brother. He's asking what I need, and I tell him that I need the three of them. There's two brothers and one sister. He's going to gather them and they're going to come forth. We can assist those dragons and the planet.
Beautiful. Keep moving the scene along. Keep describing to me everything that's happening.
They're here now. Okay, they're here now. We're going to start transmuting. We're going to start transmuting the infringements out of the core of the planet, and then we will be able to assist the dragons that are in the cave. In order to do that, we go to the center of the planet near the core. We place ourselves at each point. The four directions creates like a diamond shape around the core of the earth. We all have different tools. Some of us, my sister is in front of me, and I have one brother on my left and then another one on the right. We now create with our hand alchemy symbols, casing, surrounding the core with those alchemy symbols. We need to work in symbiosis in order for it to happen organically. You have tools. I have my staff. My brother, he uses his voice to sing. My brother on the left. My brother on the right has crystals. My sister, she uses her love light from her heart. Send out that energy to activate once the alchemy symbols are in place. Beautiful, like three-dimensional symbol around the earth, around the core, and then activate it. Like through the venom starts to dissipate, and there are all those negative cords connected to the core of the earth that's trying to be transmuted. As we are healing the core of the earth, we are also through the organic roots of the dragons which are connected to their planets. We are sending out this healing energy to the dragons in the cave. By doing so, it also activates a huge alchemy symbol underneath the cave, then on the ground of the cave, and then the love light starts spreading once more within the dragons. It looks like veins, like tiny little veins of love light flowing through them. And as the love light is flowing through them, petrification is just transmuting back to zero. Like it's just becoming dust and they're starting to come back to their organic self. And the same goes for the eggs. They were starting to petrify as well.
How beautiful, thank you. Moving the scene along and describing everything that's happening of importance.
Dragons, they're all awake now. With my brothers and sister, we regained the surface. We need to figure out how the inorganic being were able to come through the beam that was creating that beam so that it does not happen again. When we're flying to the directions of where that beam was, you can see like a facility, like a what to say? It's like a building. There's multiple buildings, something like that. Like where research center, something like that. Yeah, they have lots of technology there. Feels like some of the technologies that they were creating is like a receptor to something. There's nobody there now. Like the facility has been abandoned or not abandoned. They all died. Like they were all reduced to dust when the beam came down. They all turned into dust, but the technology remained there. It needs to be destroyed. We do need to find whatever is emitting the negative energy that is received through that technology. Feels like it's off planet though. It's not on the planet, like something somewhere.
So when these dragons that were in that facility where they were researching, you said, was it dragons or humans? Who was there that vanished?
Was humans, like they were humanoid, but they're not human. Like they had legs and arms, and they look like greys, huge. They have huge heads and black eyes like that.
And this facility that's now kind of empty, where was it at with these beams?
It was it was away from where the dragons were staying. It was miles away.
So was it on this planet or out of this planet?
The facility was on the planet.
Okay, so was this facility positive or negative?
Negative.
Okay, so it was on the same planet where these dragons were at? Okay, so then when this beam shot down, what happened to those humanoid beings with the big heads?
They evaporate.
But this beam that shut down, which beam are we talking about? The negative beam that came with the bats, or the one that you all were using with light to heal?
The one that came with the bat.
Okay, so that one destroyed these humanoids that were negative. So then now this, tell me more about this technology that they were working on. Can you sense and feel what was it that they were doing in this negative facility?
They were trying to find a way to harvest the energy. They were trying to find a way to harvest the energy of the core of the earth, of the planet. And in order to do that, they devised that they needed to break through some protection, and that technology was created to like create a crack in the organic protection of the core. So when that crack was open, they will be able to siphon the energy out. So the technology is actually two ways. There was this negative beam that came through the technology and down to the core of the earth, crack it, and then harvest the energy up back to wherever they needed to send that energy. So that energy then was converted, and that was that energy that was used by the bats-like entities create an opening and come through. It was organically from the planet.
Okay, so then this type of was an attack to try to pierce through the planet's core, correct? But then there was also a facility there that was trying to figure out how to do the same thing. And
So it was
then,
like that facility. What happened is that there are actually people living on this planet with the dragon. But at some point, they became inverted. So then the dragon had to isolate themselves. So when they isolated themselves, the people cannot see them and they can be able to live without being persecuted by the people that were living on the planet. And then ultimately, those people, there weren't that many people on the planet to begin with, but they became inverted and then this started to become hybridized and they became those greys. So then those greys, they were organic beings of the planet. So just mute them out because they were organic beings of the planet.
I understand. So do you know why? Since these humanoid forms, they seem to be working negatively against the planet, and so was this beam that shot down against the planet. So why would they target, or did they just shot it and then these humanoid beings just destroyed? Were they trying to destroy them, or did it just happen?
It just happened they weren't trying to destroy the humanoid beings. That was, I would say, collateral damage, but they didn't care because they are replaceables. Was whatever for them.
Okay, thank you. So, but now, okay, now you and the angelic teams that you called forth are healing the planet, correct? Can you tell me more about what that's looking like? Were they able to penetrate into the core of this planet?
They were able to penetrate into. That's why the planet was not able to heal itself, and that is also why the dragons were petrified because their energy was being harvested by the negative technology of planet. So there's a negative technology on the planet, and there's another piece of it that's outside of the planet. So since their energy were being the energy was being siphoned, the planet could not heal itself, and then the dragons could not heal themselves as well.
Got
So
it.
we were able to close down that crack, but then we need to remove that negative technology.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, thank you. So are you working on that now? Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. I'd like to call forth now on the higher self. I'd like to speak to Samia's higher self now. So we're still going to stay within the space here. It's because I still have some questions here and I know you're still working on it. But I'd like to now. Thank you. I love you, honor you, and respect you for all the aid you've given us today. I know that you hold all the records of Samia's different lives. May I ask questions? Thank you. First of all, why is it that you chose to show her this life here? Where her dragon called for her in this cave and this planet, and she went to assist these dragons. Why did you want her to see that? What lessons did you want her to learn from it?
Those dragons that are protecting eggs, those eggs, they contain consciousness, but they aren't dragon's consciousness. They're actually baby angels. Like, so the eggs that the dragon was protecting was actually her.
It was actually who? Or the dragon?
The dragon was protecting.
Oh, okay. So there's a baby angel? Is that what you
Yes,
said? In the
yes.
eggs. Okay. Oh, okay, that's beautiful. So then that's what the dragons were protecting, baby angels. All these eggs are baby angels? That's beautiful. That makes sense. The dragons would be protecting them. Thank you. Okay. So this was herself. So was this before her soul was born?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so so then at some point before her soul was born, okay, this dragon was protected her. And then what happened to did any of the dragon eggs with baby angels in it, did any of them perish? Were they able to harm any of the baby angel? Oh,
They
beautiful.
all live.
Good. Thank you, herself. Okay, so then this dragon, what connection, this beautiful blue dragon, sapphire dragon, what connection does he have to Samia?
I will say that he is like her father. It's like when humans are born, they have a mother and a father, and this dragon is her father. Is that the representation of that energy?
Beautiful. Thank you. And good. This planet. Well, then, if this version, if you can explain, because I know eventually came, U.S. higher self came and helped. How does this connect this version of in the egg? Can you explain that?
Another universe. It's another universe. It's like a parallel version of the same person.
Okay, so it's multiverse. We're then.
Yes.
So this is another verse.
Yes.
So then, are you saying that this here in what you say in this verse went and saved there in that verse? Okay, thank you. All right, and then what happened? I know you mentioned higher self that they weren't supposed to be able to do this, like crack this space and get in there and poison this planet. How were they able to do that? I know you explained some of the technology, but how could that be possible?
It all started with the beings on the planet, the humanoid beings on the planet. They were evolving, connecting to different aspects of themselves beyond this universe. But then some of them, unfortunately, connected to negative polarized aspects of them that took over in this verse and inverted them and then just spread to the other ones, and the ones that remain organic, they were killed off.
Thank you. And this planet, what dimension was this planet in this verse, multiverse?
I feel like it's nine.
And what about all these baby angel eggs? How are they doing now?
Oh, they're really, really good. They're ready to be birthed.
Beautiful. Can we call forth on the angelics and the collective of dragons and the source to send a source of light to these beautiful baby angels in eggs that are ready to be born?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's do that now. Send them love so that they may be born wherever they're meant to divinely, within safety. Beautiful. And so these baby angels, can you tell me more about them herself?
Baby angels, they are half dragons, half makes them very, very powerful, and they're going to be born with special abilities, especially alchemy symbols that they will be able to use to transmute out any negativity infringements just with the palm of their hands, transmute out the infringements. Those babies, when you look upon their eyes, their eyes are like giant portals to yourself, to another verse. When you look upon the eyes of those baby angels, they pull your heart to yourself so that you may reconnect. Gazing upon these children, you will be able to bring your soul back online. That's what they do.
Thank you. That is most beautiful. These angels, will they be once they're born? Will they just be in the realms of existence, or kind of like multidimensional? How angels are, or will they be incarnating to like humanoid bodies somewhere else? What's any plan that you can share as far as how they will assist besides what you said? Where are they going, the baby angel?
They will be incarnated in different planetary spheres to assist those planetary spheres that need this assistance. That is the main core reason behind their birth, because in this time and space we need this energy and this kind of assistance. So those babies are going to incarnate in humanoid bodies, and most of them are going to incarnate in humanoid bodies, and some of them are going to be multidimensional with the archangels to grow and assist their brethren that are incarnated.
Beautiful. And since this is another multiverse, will we also see it in this verse, or will it just be to that verse? How will that work?
Going to be in all multiverse, in all verse. We're going to see this in this verse as well. We needed to birth them in another one. because this verse in which they were birthed has the necessary requirements or nutrients to be able to create them the way that they are, but they will go to other verses to assist.
Beautiful, thank you. I'm trying to think of what other questions I have. Anything else, higher self, you can tell us about this experience? Anything else you want her to learn from it?
I just want her to believe in herself more. She has the right to be where she is. She is a healer. She is a transmuter. She is a channel. She does not fully understand or believe that she's in the right place, but she is. I just need her to believe now, to really believe and truly know that's within her heart and act upon that knowledge.
Beautiful, thank you, higher self. What a amazing session, amazing memory you showed her in the multiverse. We're so thankful for it, and we're most especially thankful for Sophia, her strength, and assisting her other version in another verse, and also those baby angels ready to be hatched when they're meant to, and to be birthed into the multiverses to assist in the very important role that they will be, sending them our love once more. Thank you, everyone. And higher self, is this a good time to begin her body scan?
Yes, please.
Beautiful. Thank you, higher self. I love you, honor you, respect you. Who would you like to call forth to assist during the body scan?
I would like to have Archangel 4, please.
Beautiful. Higher self, connect us now to Archangel 4. We'd like to speak to him now. Greetings, brother. We love you, honor you, and respect you. Such an honor to have you here today, assisting. Not too often do we call forth on your full embodiment as Archangel 4, so it's an honor to have you here. Thank you. And your beauty.
Thank you. I love you.
Thank you. Thank you. If you could now assist the higher self, since the higher self has called for your assistance, if you can now start scanning her body, looking for any entities of any kind in her, scan her deeply, thoroughly. Are there any hiding? She's had several sessions. We want to ensure our goal is to fully organic, nothing else hiding. Are there any entities in her?
In the spine.
In the spine. Would that be the mid back pain she has? Okay, what kind of entity is that? Reptilian, Archon, or Earthbound?
Earthbound.
Okay, let's go ahead and contain that one with the symbols. Let me know when it's contained.
It is contained.
Okay, we'll get back to that. Let's just find all entities now and make sure there are none hiding. Where else does she have entities at?
The right side of her head.
What kind of entity is that? Reptilian, Archon, or Earthbound?
Archon, but it's not completely an Archon.
What is it mixed with?
Reptilian.
Okay, go ahead and contain it both in its perspective symbols, the hybrid of it, and let me know when it's fully contained.
It's contained.
And is that connected to the head, right? All that there? Crown?
Oh, it's connected to the right side of her crown.
Is that connected to the negative technology infringement that she feels when she's with technologies? Okay. Okay. Good. So it's contained now.
It is like it activates, like it strengthens itself with the negative when she's around technology, or maybe when she's in a not so powerful, when she's in a negative polarized environment, it's able to suck in the negative energies and strengthen itself. That's why she feels it. But it's pretty much weekend at this point because she's worked a lot on it. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Let's go ahead and the Archon part of this Archon Reptilian Archon/Reptilian. Let's go ahead and start neutralizing the Archon part of it now. Can you do that now? We're directing Phoenix Fire as well. Okay, good. And then we'll talk to the Reptilian later on. Let's keep scanning her, see if there are any other entities in her.
On the left side, lower back, left side of the hip, there's a reptilian there.
Let's contain it now with the symbols. Let me know when it's contained.
It is contained.
Good. Keep scanning her. What else does she have entities at?
I feel like the DNA.
Scan her DNA now. Let's see what's within the DNA. Is that nano, AI, negative fractal, negative alien, integrated? What is within her DNA?
Negative fractal.
Negative fractal of like another being, you mean? And what kind of entity is it? Reptilian, Archon, Earthbound, or something else?
I feel like it's not Earthbound. It's not a reptilian. It's not an Archon. It's a dark elf.
A dark elf in her DNA? Okay. So this dark elf, is it organic? And does it have part artificial in it or just organic?
It's artificial.
Go ahead and contain it in its perspective symbols. Let me know when it's contained.
It's contained.
And then the part of the AI, let's go ahead and start neutralizing the AI in it now. And
Okay.
is there anything? Thank you. Is there anything else in her DNA that needs clearing? Scan her deeply, thoroughly.
I feel I see some kind of tiny black boxes like nano.
So let's start Phoenix firing and transmuting out, eradicating all nano in her DNA. Can we do that? Phoenix fire, source fire, light there now. Start working on it. And then while you're working on the DNA, go ahead and deprogram any other false belief systems that are holding her back in any form that no longer serve her, and then begin its crystallization of the DNA further. Can we do that higher self and team and 4? Good. And as far as a additional healer to fill in love light, who would you like to call forth on a higher self to assist with healing? We can call on Divine Mother, Yeshua, any of the Divine Mother expressions, Archangel Raphael. Who would you like to call on?
Divine Mother Kuan Yin.
Divine Mother Kuan Yin, higher self, connect us to Divine Mother Kuan Yin now.
Greetings, beautiful.
Greetings, beautiful Kuan Yin. We love you, honor you, and respect you. Thank you for being here.
As do I.
Thank you. If you could start working on her DNA, we're removing nano, and then also we've encased an entity integrated into her DNA now. Thank you, Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin, Archangel 4, and higher self working together now, all of you. I'm going to speak to all of you collectively. So is there anything else hiding in her DNA? Okay, can you tell me, when did this archon attach to her DNA? I mean, not the archon, sorry, the nano in her DNA. When did that attach to her DNA?
I feel like that was part of the experiments when she was abducted back in our country, and then also.
Okay, good. We're transmuting and eradicating that out, and then we're going to find those times and spaces when she was abducted, those times and spaces, and we're healing them now, beginning the self-healing and any pain and trauma that they cause. Can we do that now?
Yes.
Find ourselves. Thank you. Keep working on that. And how about the archon in her right side of her head and crown ear? When did that attach her to her head?
When she came here.
Okay, to friends. So we're again eradicating it and healing any trauma it caused. What has it been causing by being there in her head?
Disconnection and inability to focus.
All right, thank you for healing all trauma it caused as well.
Yes.
Is the archon still there, or are you still working on it?
We're working on it.
Yes, and then there's the reptilian part is still there, so we'll talk to her later. Let's scan her again. I want to make sure there are no other entities hiding in her. Are there any others?
I feel like the sacral, the left side of the womb, the left ovary. Yes.
Okay, the left ovary. And what kind of is that an entity, implant, hook, dark portal? What is it?
Looks like a kind of a binding, like a metallic binding.
So
but there's also an archon there as well.
Okay, contain it now with the symbols in her ovaries. Let me know when it's contained.
It is contained.
Good, let's start neutralizing this archon out of her ovaries. And then we're transmuting that technology that is also there. Can we do that now? Phoenix fire? Good. Yes. And when did this archon attach her to her ovaries?
That was when she was being abducted here. There was this male negative polarized being that unfortunately raped her regularly.
Okay, so we're eradicating that archon out of there now, neutralizing it out of her ovaries. Any other healing that needs to be addressed in her creational sacral? Any other attachments there? Energies, entities, technologies?
I'm seeing like some kind of, they look like worms, but they are artificial. Then you transmit it out.
Okay, that's in her sacral chakra?
Yes, it's not, it's in the womb.
The womb?
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and Phoenix fire. Transmute that out now. These are artificial. Contain them and the symbols to eradicate them. Okay. Getting that time and space and all damage this has caused by being there. Okay, thank you. Keep scanning her. Where else does she have entities anymore?
The third eye.
What kind of entity is that? Reptilian, archon, or earthbound?
Same as the one in the crown.
Okay.
So it's a hybrid of a reptilian and an archon. And it is hooked in the left to right side of her third eye.
Third eye. Go ahead and start eradicating and containing it with the perspective symbols. We're eradicating the archon in it, and then let's start transmuting and removing those hooks too. Good. Make sure all those hooks are removed. and then we'll talk to the reptilian part of it later. Keep scanning her. Are there any other entities in her? Wonderful. Can we scan her for any dark portals? Does she have any?
The heart.
Go ahead and close that dark portal there now. Let me know when it's closed.
It is closed.
Any other dark portals in her? Scan her deeply, thoroughly.
The base of the feet.
Both feet or one?
It's like a portal is encircling both.
Okay, go ahead and close those dark portals there and the base of her feet. Let me know when those are closed.
It is closed.
Beautiful. Any other dark portals in her? Wonderful. Let's go ahead and start. Divine Mother Kuan Yin and higher self, fill in love light to these areas where these portals were at, the heart and the feet. And tell me, how did these portals enter there in these locations?
Okay. The one in the heart opened out of anger. It's anger that created the portal in the heart, and the one at the feet, I feel like the one at the feet was like an opening that was created. She was walking through dark portal, something like that, like walking through some negativity. Then it touched there and created that dark portal.
Okay, thank you. So we're healing all those times and spaces when those happen and any trauma that they caused by their being there. Can we do that? Beautiful, thank you. And then let's just scan her one last time to make sure that we're not missing any other entities in her. Archangel 4, higher self, and Kuan Yin, scanning her deeply, thoroughly. Are there any other entities hiding in her? Look inside organic matter. Let me know.
The wrist.
What's going on in her wrist?
I feel like there's this kind of metallic attachments there.
The kind of metallic in the wrist. Let's go ahead and
like,
read it.
Yeah, it's like plates here, right here, and here. Okay,
let's go ahead and start transmuting Phoenix Fire, source of light there, to her wrist. Completely remove those from her wrist now. Can we do that? Okay. And then when did those attach there to her wrist?
That was when she was young. She was maybe 6 or 7, something like that. And she was trying to help her sister, like in dream time. She was working on her family members. That's when those attachments came forth.
We're hitting those times and spaces when those plates attached her to her wrists, transmuting them out. Okay, so can we confirm that we've contained all entities in her? Connected to one another, are they separate?
They're separate.
Okay, let me speak to the reptilian there in her left hip. Let me speak to her now. If you can help it come up now. Greetings, thank you for speaking to us. Love you, honor you, and respect you. May we ask you questions? If you could tell us, when was it that you attached her to her left hip?
That was one day when she was completely drunk, many years ago.
Okay. And then, what have you been causing her by being there?
I have been causing pain in her lower back.
Do you have a reptilian body somewhere else, or are you just reptilian consciousness?
I have a body.
Okay. If you can connect us now to the reptilian body you're connected to, we'd like to speak to them now. Thank you for speaking to us. We love you, honor you, and respect you. May we ask you questions? If you could tell us, where are you located at? Where are you?
I'm underground.
On Earth or somewhere else?
Somewhere else.
Okay. Are there any other reptilians there with you? Okay. How many more there are with you?
10,000.
Okay. Thank you. Would you be able to connect us to all 10,000 of them? Thank you. Speaking to all of you now, all 10,000 of you there on the ground. We love you, honor you, and respect you. We're looking to assist entities like you spread out throughout the earth and throughout the universe so that you may no longer have to be attached to others, parasitically draining on others' lights, or controlled by anything. Instead, you can become sovereign and free and spread your light, which will allow us to help you, assist you to find that light within you and spread it and become free. Beautiful. Find that light within you now and spread it to all that is you within these reptilian bodies. And then as you continue to do that, Kuan Yin, can you see how many more did these reptilians attach to besides her here?
I'm getting the number 3,000.
Thank you. If you could speak to those 3,000's higher self and see which ones allow for those attachments to be released from them. And whoever says yes, go ahead and start helping them spread the light within those consciousnesses, and then return these positive polarized consciousness back to these reptilians, and let me know once you all are whole and light once.
It is done.
Beautiful. Do you all have a message for her before you go?
No, I just want to say thank you.
Go ahead and go with the love light of the universe. Blessings to you. Archangel Azrael will ensure your safe passage. Thank you. All right. Higher self and Kuan Yin, start healing these areas, the hip the left hip and the eyes where they were attached, and what they were causing, any of the trauma that they were causing there. Thank you, thank you. Can we confirm higher self that we've completely scanned her body and she's all clear and set up for her most organic timeline? Beautiful. Thank you, higher self. I love you, honor you, and respect you, as well as Divine Mother Kuan Yin, Archangel 4, anyone else who assisted, all the dragons. What a beautiful, beautiful session you showed us. So important for the collective healing. Thank you. I'm so thankful for it and what occurred today with it. So thank you, higher self. I love you, honor you, and respect you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Thank you. Is there anything else that I could have asked that I haven't, higher self, before I break up?
You've asked all the questions.
Thank you. What a powerful session. That was so beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you to you.
Phenomenal, phenomenal. So much was cleared. So I feel so light. Thank you. Is there anything else that they showed you that you didn't mention?
No, I was actually starting to see during the subliminals, I was seeing a dragon eye, and the
Ooh.
dragon eye was closed. And I was thinking to myself, why am I seeing a closed dragon eyes? Usually you see an open dragon eyes if they want to connect to you. Yeah, so now I
Wow.
understand why.
Wow, that was so cool going into the multiverse like that. And those angel babies and the eggs, like, oh my gosh, how powerful is that?
Yeah.
Oh, it completely makes sense because the dragons are the guardians of the souls, right? They're our guardians. So it aligns with the fact that, of course, they would be, like these special angel babies growing in this most special this egg, creational egg, and then they're protecting them already before they're even born. Wow. Phenomenal, huh? That is magical. Yes, yes.
I'm so happy that I was able to assist the collective like that.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be huge sharing it. All right. Thank you. Love you, honor you, and respect you. Thank you for being you. You're so beautiful. And I'll see you around.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, beautiful. Bye, kitty. Bye. Greetings. It is such an honor to be here with you explaining what Galactic Soul History book series is about. I am A.U.R.A. I am the founder of A.U.R.A Hypnosis Healing, which you will find here in our beautiful books. Book 1. Every part of this book is divinely beautiful, beginning from the cover and the amount of wisdom and knowledge that is being shared. This book began by A.U.R.A Hypnosis Healing Technique by conducting past life regression on over 330 clients within the last 3 years, where they told their galactic history, their soul journeys, explaining who they were beyond the veil, beyond this earth, in the dimensions, in a universe. These different higher self expressions surprise me just as much as they're going to surprise you. You're going to start reading this book and you're going to want to learn more and more about these different expressions, not wanting to stop. Through these past life regressions, the clients were able to remember consciously what is within the subconscious as far as where it is that they've traveled throughout time and space, their souls have traveled, and they were able to share histories of different dimensions, planets, and universe and alternate worlds that brought forth pieces of the puzzle, pieces we had thought that we had forgotten. And through every self-expression that they share and these different past lives that they're sharing or future, we learn to be able to remember self, because as we are all fractals of one another, through this book, you will learn how, even if a client is talking through a higher self perspective or some of the angelics are talking, you will learn how each one of those have messages even within your life, as we are all expressions and reflections of one another. True history of the galactic history of the universe through all different forms of these higher self expressions, these different clients of throughout internationally throughout the world didn't know each other, but yet we're able to put this beautiful collaboration together. It goes through an infinite amount of how to self-heal, as well as things that are very sensitive, as the My Lab, as how to weave through the artificial matrix and learning to come out from it into the organic matrix. I am a channel to the Galactics, and we channeled furthermore information through this book as well. You will remember your soul through other cells. This in itself is infinitely beautiful, because this is why we fractalize from source itself, so that we can learn from one another, sharing each other's journeys throughout our different incarnations, so that we could grow together. So this is what this book is all about, sharing these beautiful infinite expressions that help you grow in the most profound ways, gaining your sovereignty, gaining your power back, recalling memories long lost within perhaps your memory field, activating your crystalline energies, your crystalline bodies, just as you will fall in love with each one of these different clients, these beautiful souls in these soul journeys. You will also learn to fall in love with yourself, because you, with every wisdom, every knowledge gained through every single session that you will learn how to also self-heal within your etheric, your energy body, your physical body, your infinite soul. You will learn all these different things that we thought were not possible, that you will learn that they are possible. Looking forward to meeting you perhaps in the future through whichever form, whether that is on my YouTube channel, whether it is through any class or certification, through a workshop, through a seminar. Thank you for following your heart to mine. I love you, honor you, and respect you. Thank you.